and other recreational areas. In fact, there was an individual that was a pet lover, to be honest with you, loved dogs more than anything else. She donated $100,000 to the Township of Ewing to build a dog park. So we are doing that, and we are currently designing that dog park, and obviously it's going to have their name on the plaque. But again, those are the individuals that know what Ewing has to offer, and they're giving back to the community. And that makes the difference. That makes me, as a mayor, very proud of this community. And I think you see more and more of that. There's a lot of benevolent people that live in Ewing Township, and we see that every day. So we need to offer whatever we can offer to them, whatever help we can raise them up, we will do that. So that's a very, very important thing. Princeton South, we talked about Princeton South a little bit, okay? Well, Princeton South, again, as you know, Church and Dwight is there. They're, ever doing a better business every year. Computer Associates, they're doing business every year. FMC, they're doing great every year. My good friends at Homicide, their product is getting to be wider and wider and wider, and they're busier than ever every year. So we're certainly hats off to them. And you know what? Homicide had an opportunity to move out of Ewing Township and go someplace else. But guess what? They decided that this was their home and this is where they're staying. So thank you very much, Warren Flicker, for that consideration. We appreciate that very much. But those are the things that are very, very important to us. As a close-knit community, those are the things that you can see and that you can realize. Real estate, I see our good friends from the real estate market, and I try to keep track of the real estate market a little bit on how things are going. And things aren't always as great as that you want them to be. It could be better, and they can be better. But I think they're starting to see a little bit of a pickup, and hopefully that will continue. Throughout the years. We can talk about the school system, and I know a lot of individuals, have more of a negative outlook about Ewing Township Public Schools. I'm here to tell you they are quality schools. Okay, just because we are in a zip code area that is also related to another community gives Ewing Township a bad reputation, because we're just plumbed into a broader area as opposed to our actual area that's at the borders of Ewing Township. And that is a shame, because we have a lot to offer in Ewing Township schools. We've got some of the brightest kids that go on. We had, I think it was 4 or 5 kids graduated from Ewing High School, full scholarships to Princeton University. Now, how many schools can boast about that? And not just Princeton University, but the University of Virginia and schools in Maine. So again, we're very, very proud of our school system, and I just wish that there was a better way that we could communicate that, not only to the real estate world, but to the business world. I think you really need to give them an opportunity to show you what they have to offer. With that. Our biggest employer, I just dropped the pen. Our biggest employer, and I don't want to forget them, is New Jersey Manufacturers. New Jersey Manufacturers has been the mainstay of Ewing Township for many, 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 many years. And yes, they are going through a transition. They will be getting a new CEO, I believe starting April. I will be meeting and having dinner with him in the very, very near future, just to get to know each other. But again, New Jersey Manufacturer, again, mainstay in Ewing Township. And having talked with Bernie Flynn, they have absolutely no intentions of going anywhere. So those are all very good and positive things. The train station. Let's talk about the train station a little bit. You know what a problem it is to get into a parking spot, hop on that train, and get to Philadelphia. We have been actively talking with SEPTA, and we have been actively talking with New Jersey Transit. I can tell you right now that within, I don't want to just say next year, but within a very few years, you'll see a transition of that train station, and you'll see a brand new parking lot. It'll be metered parking, it won't be free, but it'll be a metered parking lot and it'll be much easier and more convenient for the residents, not only for Ewing Township, but we have residents coming from Yardley, we have residents coming from Hopewell and beyond, to hop on this train down south. Now, eventually, I know, and we've been in preliminary discussions with New Jersey Transit, eventually they do want to open the line back up north towards New York. We're looking forward to that day, to be honest with you, but it costs about $1 billion. I don't know where they're going to find the money, maybe from the marijuana tax. We'll get there. But again, it's something very exciting. And if in fact that happens, we have already have an agreement with Atlantic Realty that we will move that train station to the GM site, basically right on the edge of Parkway Avenue, and we'll have a brand new state-of-the-art station and a parking deck that you can enjoy for many, many years to come. I also want to make an announcement, and I knew about this yesterday, but I couldn't say anything. But anyway, the College of New Jersey, our good friend, Dr. Barbara Gittenstein, is leaving at the end of June the 30th. And I'm going to tell you, she has been a jewel to work with. A great person to get to know, a great person to have a conversation with, somebody that you can share thoughts with, and she gives you thoughts back. So I'm sad in a way to see her go. It's not easy with change, and especially at my age. But we are going to get a new college president. I had the good fortune to have a conversation with her yesterday. Her name is Karen Foster. She is from University of Maine, Farmingdale. It's a smaller school than the College of New Jersey. Their enrollment is about 1,500. I think TCNJ, and they can correct me if I'm wrong, is around 6,500 students. I know they keep telling me they don't want to grow, but I don't believe that a little bit. But having said that, so we welcome her with open arms, and I am looking forward to really having a good conversation with her, because over the last 7.5, 8 years that I've been at this job, my conversations with the college has always been positive. And this is another institution that is a mainstay for Ewing Township, because basically corporations look at the facilities, school facilities, college facilities that you have in the area. And that takes a lot of consideration as to whether they're going to relocate to that area or not. And being the College of New Jersey and being rated as high as it is has helped us attract Church and Dwight. I mean, among other things, but that wasn't the only thing. But it helped attract Church and Dwight. It helped FMC. So all of those things are very, very positive. Now let's talk about some of the things that people don't. I keep dropping pens here. You guys got too many pens on this thing. Now let's just talk about some things that I know people are looking for, or not looking forward to, but are going to happen. We are going to be have started the reevaluation of the town. It was a long time coming. We were probably one of the last communities to have that done, and only because our rates as far as where we were compared to the actual cost of homes, we were, not that we were great, but we were better than every other community around us. So that was a good thing. But we had to do it. We finally, after 2 or 3 years, we finally got our tax maps from the state approved. I mean, we started 3 years ago. We send them the tax maps, they send it back. We send them the tax maps, they send it back. And, I'm in government myself, but they're a bitch to work with. But in any event, excuse my language. But in any event, so the reevaluation is starting, and starting April the 18th is our first public meeting. It's at 10 o'clock in the morning. It will be at the Township Hall at our council chambers, and then that will follow up with April the 23rd and April the 25th at 6 p.m. at the council chambers. So that public meeting will happen, that forum will start, and then as soon as those meetings are over, they will send representatives out in the field and start the process of reevaluating. So it's, I know that some people are really, upset about it, they get a little bit worried. And the rule of thumb, though, with any reevaluation is that a third of you are going to stay where you are, a third of you are going to go down, and a third of you will get an increase. That's just the way it is, and a lot of people look at reevaluations, the towns, and say, well, that's just another way for you to make money. That's really not true. Do we benefit to some extent? Yes, we do. I'm not going to tell you that we don't benefit from it, but at the end of the day, that is not the goal. The goal is to get a true evaluation of the property. And believe me, if it was up to me, it wouldn't wait 15, 20 years. I would do it at a minimum every 5 years, and maybe